Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of our old farmhouse. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 things you should purchase for your homestead in 2025, with links in the description with discount codes to everything we're talking about. With that said, let's go ahead and dive into the first product. So a lot of people do like to grow in raised beds, and there are a lot of benefits and downsides to growing in raised beds. But hands down, there are certain crops that grow very well in them. With that said, there's lots of options online to purchase pre-made ones, which are wood or metal, as well as options to build your own. Now, if you're going to buy a prefab one, stay away from any of the wood designs. They rot very quickly, and generally they last 1 to 3 years. If you're purchasing metal, make sure that you're doing a lot of research on reviews, because there are a lot of people, including myself, that have purchased raised beds that have rusted out in a year or two. With that said, make sure you're purchasing something that's high quality, and just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's going to last. So make sure, again, you're reading those reviews. With that said, I have in the description below a link to an Amazon purchase link for the raised beds that we're using here, along with the galvanized ones that I have on the other side of my property, which I highly recommend. So number 2 is underlayment, and yes, there are some people who will tell you to stay away from it because of concerns over chemicals leaching into your soil. But if you purchase the correct underlayment, you're not going to have any issues. Now here, as you can see on my property, and I've shown this in quite a few videos, we use a commercial grade underlayment. This is very thick, and yet it's still porous and allows water to go through. We've had a lot of luck with it. We've been using it now out here for about 3 years, and most of their products, again, link in the description, are guaranteed to last at least 5 years, if not 10 or more. So there are different thicknesses that you can purchase. Highly recommend that you check it out. It saves a lot of time in the summer with weeding, and it saves a lot of time with cleanup in the fall. I've been out here now for about a half hour, and I've already got, I want to say, 3/4 of my garden beds cleaned out because of how easy it is. They held up really well, and all you have to do is, instead of cutting a hole in it, you just use a small blowtorch to melt a circle into it, and that'll keep it from fraying. So number 3 is going to be some kind of hoop house or greenhouse. As you can see behind me is my hoop house. These things actually can save you a lot of money and a lot of time. I live here in mid-Michigan, and for myself, I'm able to get lettuce and some of my cold crops in there about 2 months before that last frost date. Again, it's going to depend year to year on what the weather's looking like, but even a little bit of sun is going to warm that up to at least 70 degrees in the winter. So with that said, taking some time and an investment in that is going to save you a lot of time in the future. Now, I do have, again, in the link below, the purchase link for this kind of commercial hoop house or greenhouse material or plastic, whatever you want to call it. And honestly, you want to make sure that you're buying something that's high quality and that's commercial grade. And with that said, this material here is not that expensive, so I do highly recommend that you check out that link. So for number 4 is going to be some kind of yard sweep. Now, this old girl, we've had her for over 5 years now, and it's looking a little bit rough, but it's held up really well. And the benefit to this is you're able to sweep up all of your leaves, grass clippings, or anything that you're working on, and you're able to easily get it into a compost pile, which makes your work so much easier, especially in the fall and early in the spring. That said, I was able to go over our couple acres here and fill up all 3 of our compost bins just this morning. And again, that's going to make for some great compost. All right, guys, well, last but certainly not least is going to be a camera to document your progress on your property. Now, not everyone wants to post things on YouTube. I think that it's a lot of fun, as does my daughter, but there are some people that just want to take pictures and video for their own needs. And really, the best all-around camera for most people is going to be a GoPro. Now, GoPros are fairly inexpensive. They're very rugged, they're waterproof, and they're going to go great on your property. I've dropped them off tractors, I've ran them over with a tractor, they've fallen out of the sky when we were working up on our roof. Pretty much anything you can imagine, and they still hold up, and we have a handful of these. And the other fun thing about it is we take them on a lot of vacations with us, and again, they're great in the pool. But with that said, they're not going to shoot in 8K. I did put down in the affiliate link a camera that I use, which is the Sony a7R V. That is the best camera possible that you can get for filming a vlog, and it is going to shoot in 8K. With that said, that was 5 products you could purchase for your homestead in 2025, and hopefully that video was just under 5 minutes. But with that said, I do encourage you to check out those affiliate links. They do help out our channel. And with that said, guys, we'll see you in the next video.